Hello and happy Halloween. I'm Linda Gould, the host of the Kaidankai, and we're here today to announce the winners of the various contests that we've held from August until today, Halloween. And I have to admit, I'm a little bit nervous about being in front of the camera because normally when I make a mistake making the podcast, and I always make mistakes, I can just say like, oh damn, and just redo it. But it's a little bit harder with the video, so please be patient with me. Let's go right into the contest, the first one, which we had in August. I asked people to follow the Kaidankai on Twitter and Instagram. And so everyone who did was entered into this contest to win Messengers of the Macabre, Halloween poems, which was a collection done by regular contributor LindaAnn LoSchiavo and Davies. And I had the luck of being able to read this book. I'm telling you, whoever wins this is really lucky and going to be so happy. It's this amazing collection of poems and storytelling. And it's got a little bit of everything. It's a little bit scary, it's fun, it's historical, it's modern, there's tragedy, there's love, there's different cultures. So let's just go right into it and see who's going to be the lucky person. I wrote everybody's name on a piece of paper, which I'm going to put into my little witch's pot. Okay, I'm going to drop that right in. And it looks like I got two of them over here that didn't make it. So put them in. Let's go ahead and mix them up in the brew. And the winner is, let's see, I hope I can read it. I think it's best if this little witch gets her glasses. Fujikawa-Jan is the winner of the poem book. And I will give this person a couple days to respond. And if Fujikawa-Jan doesn't respond, then I'll pick another winner and just let you know. But I sure hope that you do, because I just know you're going to love Messengers of the Macabre Halloween poems. And then the next, let me just take these out. The next contest was a series of questions that I gave people, and I asked them to answer these questions about death, and one of them was about podcast, one of the podcasts. So let me once again put my glasses on. And the first one of those questions was actually a series of Easter eggs and a red herring that was in one of the podcasts called Prometheus. And it was based on Greek mythology of Prometheus, of course. And just in case you're not sure of the story, Prometheus gave man fire. And the gods were not happy about that. And so they chained him to a rock. And then every day I think it was his liver, was eaten out by birds. And then it grew back again so that the same thing would happen the next day. And so this is a story on the podcast that's kind of a modern version of that. And there were 3 Easter eggs in it and 1 red herring. And the first Easter egg was the main character's friend, who's named Man, based on who Prometheus gave the fire to. And then the second one was another friend named Shelley, and that's based on Mary Shelley's book Frankenstein, because Frankenstein was kind of called the modern Prometheus. And then the third Easter egg is that the main character is lodged under a rock, and he's eaten every day by crabs. Sounds great, doesn't it? It is a great story, if I do say so myself. But in homage to the rock that Prometheus was chained to, that's the third Easter egg. And then the red herring is the lady in the lake, who is not part of the Prometheus story, but instead is part of King Arthur's story. So if you haven't listened to the podcast before, I really encourage you to do so, especially now that you know the answers. And everyone who answered that question even if you didn't get them correct, were entered in this contest. And then I asked a couple of questions. And the first one was, how many body farms are there in the world as of 2021? And the answer was 10. That's 7 in the United States, 1 in Australia, 1 in Canada, and 1 in the Netherlands. Again, anyone who answered that is entered in this contest. And if you answered it correctly, you get 2 entries. The second question was, along what Greek mythological river did those who were not buried properly walk? And lots of people answered the river Styx, but that's not true. Those are the people who crossed the river. The ones who are not buried properly are, oh no, I forget how to say this word. They're on the river Cocytus, Cocytus, and that's the river of lamentation. The third question was, why did Victorians in England cover the mirrors in their houses after a death? The answer to that is to prevent spirits from being trapped by their reflections. And then the fourth question is, whose memorial stone of a naked birdman is covered with red kisses? And the answer to that is Oscar Wilde. The fifth and final question, which is a lot of fun. I love this question. It's in the Monty Python classic Dead Parrot sketch. How many terms does Cleese use to say that the parrot is dead? And rather than just tell you the answer, I'm going to read them to you because some of them are just hilarious. So count along with me and let me know how many you come up with. He's dead, stone dead, deceased, bleedin' demised, ex-parrot, passed on, is no more, ceased to be, expired, gone to meet his maker, he's a stiff, bereft of life, rests in peace, pushing up the daisies, metabolic processes are now history. I love that one. Off the twig, kicked the bucket, shuffled off its mortal coil, run down the curtain, and join the bleedin' choir invisible. If you haven't seen the Dead Parrot sketch, you have to. It's so good. So the answer to that one is 20. All right. So again, anybody who answered that, any of those questions is entered in this contest. And there aren't quite as many as the last time. Some of those were very difficult, but I'm going to put them in the pot. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of the other ones from the last time and mix them all up. And let's see. And the winner of this one. Oh, and the winner of this is not a book, but it's the Kaidankai t-shirt. And the winner of this one is LP the Ring. And I know who that is because LP the Ring actually sends me emails. So that's kind of exciting. You won. And again, I'm going to give LP the Ring the chance to claim his t-shirt. And if he doesn't, then I'll pick another person. But in the meantime, thank you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Happy Halloween again. And I can't wait to see what next Halloween is going to bring. Thank you. Bye-bye.